Hi, King Lions. Today we're going to be talking about comparing and contrasting in a nonfiction text. So I have up here the Red Planet reading passage that was assigned to you, and that's available in our website in the files folder, where you can print it if you wanted to, or just read it online. I'm going to read it online. I've already read the passage, just like you have probably already read the passage. And we're going to go through and we're going to find ways that the author has compared them. When we compare two things, we tell how they are the same. So I'm going to get my handy dandy highlighter, and I'm going to I see that the author used the words like Earth, Mars has seasons and weather. So that tells me that they're the same. Like Earth, Mars is this. So maybe you could think of a sentence to use that same kind of structure. Like Earth, Mars has seasons and weather. We know that's something that's the same. Up here, it says it's a rocky planet, and then it says besides Earth, the only rocky planets in our solar system are Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Well, Earth and Mars are both rocky planets. That means they're made of land, or Earth, well, I guess not Earth, ground, not gas. So then it tells you why you can't go to these two. So the main point of this article, of course, is traveling to Mars, but we're looking at how Mars and Earth are the same. So those are a couple of ways that Mars and Earth are the same. So if I was doing a Venn diagram, those concepts would be in the middle section that says this is how these two planets are the same. Well, the fact that they're both planets is also something they have in common. So we're going to look at how they're different. I'm going to highlight ways that they are different. So it says Mars is half the size of Earth, so we know they're different in size. Its surface area is about the same as all of Earth's land put together. One day in Mars is 24 hours and 37 minutes, which is different than Earth because we know that a day on Earth is 24 hours. But a year on Mars is 687 days, and a year on Earth is 365 days. So that would be how they were different. So I would put that on either side of my Venn diagram. The atmosphere in Mars is thin, and this tells you why that matters. Mars is much, much colder than Earth. So there's another comparison. I see this Mars colder than Earth. It's comparing them. Mars is dusty and dry. Let's see. Mars has water, but you see where we have but? That tells me it's a difference. So it has water, but it doesn't stay in liquid form. So that would be a difference. So when we compare and contrast, it kind of helps us, since we know a lot about Earth and we don't know a lot about Mars, we can compare. If you're telling me that it is colder, I know how cold it is on Earth, so I know that Mars would be colder. Here's what you're going to do now. Now that we compared and contrasted these, you can put this information on a Venn diagram, but I also am going to ask you a couple of comprehension questions, and it would be really fun for me if you answered them and send it back to me, because I would love to hear what you're understanding. I want you to tell one question that is answered by looking at the diagram. So what do we know by looking at this diagram? And I want to know, why is it important that the atmosphere is thinner than Earth? Why is that important? And then, just interestingly, I would like to hear if you think travel to Mars will ever happen in your lifetime. So in your lifetime, do you think travel to Mars will happen, and who's going to make it happen? Maybe you. So comparing and contrasting in nonfiction helps us to understand better. Have a great afternoon.